Hey y'all, welcome to the Daily Paycheck with John here from ProCraps on Casino Gaming TV. Today I've got a lot to talk about. We're going to go over this week's, did I say Daily Paycheck? I think I meant to say Coffee and Craps. I don't know. Doing two shows in the morning breaks your brain. Anyway, we're going to go over the Daily Paycheck and how we did this past week with the storm. And I've got a special guest here waiting in the wings to help me talk about that. So let me bring in the stats for it. And we'll talk right away about how the week went. And Jen actually asked me to go over the overall stats, which I will do. They're not great, but something we should probably take a look at. See, Chris, I forgot one. What a pain in my ass. I'm telling you, my recording software all of a sudden seems to forget what cameras we have. And there we go. All right, there. Hi. So the storm strategy. We did the storm this week, and looks like we're 4-1, which is good. And the one loss that we had wasn't even that bad. It was a $200 and some loss. So we've made $1,600 this week. The goal for a week is $2,000. So we're 32%. We're damn close to hitting the goal for the week, which is awesome. It's one of the few strategies that has made almost the goal. We've had one make the goal and a couple that have been close, spitting distance. And this one did it. It's like I say here in the verdict, it does what a hybrid does, which is usually not a whole lot. It's a lot of this, a lot of treading water, and then you hit it. It's funny, we hit it, Chris, on a different couple of ways. Like one day, I had a monster roll, caught a monster, and we were at low levels of bets, so we had to work really hard to get it. Today, I had all the come out horn numbers and a couple of 4s and 10s that just went boom, boom, done. Like it was like, it didn't even hurt today to get there. And the couple of days that we won, it took us like 80 rolls to get there. And I was getting pissed off and frustrated because I'm like, this thing just takes too freaking long to get where it's got to go. So there's days where hybrids will frustrate you, and days like today where it just worked out perfectly. So it's not, this strategy won't likely ever go completely bankrupt. I say that in air quotes, but it's also going to make you work a little bit to get there. So that's the storm, and it raised a lot of good questions this week. Folks asking me why I didn't do certain things or why certain moves get made in the strategy. So I thought we'd bring Chris on here later on and talk about it and get through some of the whys and wherefores of how it goes. Jen, the Justice, has asked me also to share with you the totals. So let me switch screens here for a minute. Let me go and do this. There. We'll look at our totals. This is our total. Hopefully you can see that. Let me zoom in a little bit further here if I can.
You have a bit of an echo, John, just so you know.
I have an echo? Oh, you know what I do because of this stupid thing. There. Let's just take that out. I had a second. My second mic was on for some reason. Why? Sorry about that, everybody. That's bad. Anyway, here's the total that we are so far for everything. And I got to zoom out one little bit here because I want you to see the totals. Okay, so overall, since we've started the Daily Paycheck, here's where we are. We're at a loss of $7,000 or 146%, which really sucks. Okay, now the losses are big losses. Right? This is a go big or go home kind of a program here. So we're actually running the strategies out till $5,000 goes to zero or we make $500. So when we lose, we tend to lose all of it. You'll see that like the traveling lay lost $5,500 over the course of a week, right? The wedge got its ass kicked, $4,300. I love the wedge, right? And it's funny, the wedge and the storm are the same thing. The storm has the hedge on the don't, the wedge doesn't. The only difference between the storm and the wedge is that the wedge is 3 hits instead of 2, and the wedge doesn't have a hedge. And look at the difference. The storm made almost 2K, the wedge lost almost 5K. So that tells you an interesting story about hedging for sure. The permanent press bank, these things all lost huge, which really contributes to the overall total. We're actually at 70% win rate, which isn't great. Chris will tell you, you need to be at 90, 95 for sure. 70% is not awful, but when the 18 losses are all in the thousands, your $500 wins don't make up for it. So this is, again, the danger of the Daily Paycheck is that you're looking to win 10%, but you're willing to lose 100%. So it takes 10 wins to come back and catch up for one day of loss. So it's a bitch to come back and do that. That's why I say this is hard. It's really, really hard to, as Chris would say, to make a living as a gambler because one thumping, and I think Chris did it, right? I think in your thing you lost $99 one day, and it takes 10 days to make that shit back. And over 30 days, your total win was $100. So it's hard to make a paycheck, and this shows it. What I think I'm going to do is come back and play the good ones. Once we've done this once, I may come back and do all these again for a week and just like assert that we got this right. And then I'll take the ones that are in green and I'll play them each for a month as a way to kind of really get down to brass tacks, which is the way to play this thing. So I think that's how we have to do it. We're going to go and I'll do the whole thing again once I get through these ones in the middle here. And then I'll do them all again for a week. See that we have the right answer, the right things in green, and then come back and play them for a month and really see what it is. So there we go. With that said, Chris, I'm going to bring you in here and talk to you a little bit. Interview. There you go, Chris. Hey, good morning.
How's it going? Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, man, of course. Thanks for having me on. Come on whenever you want to. It's your show too, right? Let's talk about the storm a little bit. So I ran it this week, and I ran the original storm, like the non-tricked out version of it, where you had put some lay bets in there and did some other things. And let's chat about how I did it. So first of all, I know I screwed it up one day for sure, but talk to me about what you saw happen out there on the felt over the course of the week as the owner of the strategy.
I think it actually performed very well. Obviously, it ended up in the positive, so that's always good. But I think it performed very well. You had managed to show every single hole possible in the strategy, and it still worked, right? And I know some people in chat, I see the chats, and I know people were saying it during the paycheck, right? The issue here is that it's a hybrid, and you're not going to hit that home run quickly, and it's not meant to make you a fortune in a very quick amount of time. However, once the levels were adjusted, you adjusted the levels, and we talked about it a little bit with 4Xing the bets. I think that was a good move because that helps you make your goal. Otherwise, you're going to be continuously grinding at the lower level. So if you're doing it for a paycheck with a $5,000 bankroll, the levels make sense. The original storm that I put out with Greg, that bankroll was $1,500.
Right.
So you're playing it at a $1,500 bankroll like that. So then if you're going to 3X the bets or even 4X them like you did, it's going to work out better because those wins add up and those losses can be recovered from a little bit quicker. So I think it did really well. And like I said, I'm actually glad you showed some of the holes because people have been asking me about the holes. And I don't show them all the time on the channel because, as you know, and a lot of people know, I turn the camera on, I film the video, whatever happens, and that's what gets posted. I'm not going to sit here and film it to 30 times to make it go the way I want it to go. I don't have the time to do that. So sometimes the holes are shown, sometimes they're not. And I'm actually glad you showed the holes because it shows the recovery in the system.
That's an important thing.
That's one of the main things with it.
That's huge. I think that's why I do this for five straight days, same strategy, because one day, if I would have only done it the first day, everybody would have said this strategy is stupid. Because I rolled 80 times and I lost $200. And the next day I rolled 77 times and won $35. And you're like, well, that was a waste of time. But you got to see it in all its glory. Yesterday I hit the exact trifecta. I had like 2 come out sevens and then I buckshotted a point and it's like, shit. But we still did it. I think a key to all this with the paycheck style way of playing is you got to work backwards, right? So I wanted to win $500 and my general rule is I want to do it in 5 hits or less. Okay. Like 5 scores, right? The first day going out there with the $100 don't, and we ended up at like 160 across. You got to win at 160 across or the equivalent or 135 across. You got to win like 15, 20 times. To get to $500. It's impossible to beat the casino 25 times before you lose. Right? And that's where 100%. The grind came in, so I think you're right. When we adjusted the levels up and bumped it up, it made it achievable. And the last 2 days, it was like boom, boom, got a couple of hits in there. And, really, if you make 2 hits, you're good.
Yeah, that's every the whole time. Thing. And like, if you can get those 2 hits, I mean, you're solid. And that's really the strategy itself is getting out of the hand with those 2 hits, right? After that, you do what you want to do with it. You can go light side, you can go dark side, you can continue to just play the hybridy side. It's going to be a grind. You've said it before on your show. A lot of providers have said it that when you play hybrid, you can either stick to playing hybrid the whole time and you know what you're doing, right? You're just grinding the entire time. You can use
Mm-hmm.
it as a transition into light side, or you can use it as a transition into some dark side. So when I
Yep.
play it, and like you did the past few days when you started adding like the tier pressure and stuff, that's how I play it when I actually go to the casino and play it, right? I use the
Yep.
original storm to get out there. I'm in profit at that point, and then I start to just press and look for those light side wins. If they come, fantastic. If they don't come, well, I was out of the hand already, and I still have some of that seven protection,
Sure.
and it's worked well for me doing it that way. And I know Greg, he doesn't hate it, he doesn't love it either, because Greg doesn't like the elephant graveyard. But
Right.
I showed it to him, and he was like, "Oh, like that actually could work." Because his whole
Mm-hmm.
mentality when we were rolling it out in the beginning was, well, you just leave the bets out there and just same bet, and you just nickel and dime them to death.
Right.
That's great if you have a 40 roll, but if you have those
Mm-hmm.
5 and 6 rolls, it's not really going to make you anything. So that's why I transition it into more of a light side strategy as sort of a
Mm-hmm.
protected thing. And we you talked about it with the odds, the levels of the odds and stuff. The point 0.7 hurts you.
Yep.
Yes, it does. But even today, right, when you get that first hit and you regress down, the 7 is no longer a problem.
Right.
And
It's
that's
hit
why the
one.
odds are the way they are. Yep, hit
It's
one.
that
The point
that
seven
first
out.
roll. That first roll is a killer, and that's my biggest bitch. Is like you have, and that's a lot of money out there. You go 100 on the don't and 180 in odds. That's a lot. That's $300 out of your
Yeah.
rack, and it's not enough. Like you're gonna lose. Like that case, you're in a no-win situation. In that on that
Mhm.
roll, nothing you can do is going to win you any money. You're going to get a hit, but you're still exposed. Like that's it. That's where I get squirrely with it. Other than that, I think everything else works out good.
Yeah, and Greg and I talked about it a bit with, making the odds to cover everything out there and then regressing down the odds. It's
Mm-hmm.
an option. You can certainly do
Yeah.
something like that, but for more of simplicity's sake and ease, um, just flat odds, it is what it is. If you get the point
Yep.
0.7, well, think about it this way. You didn't just get burned with 160 across out there. Right? I'd
Right.
take a $30 loss over a $160 loss. And then if we get that one hit on the box, then, we're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the thing with the odds too. When the point sevens come, people think, oh, you should have had the odds up. But how many times this week did you buckshot the point right after you said it? And it's
Enough.
like,
Like 3 or 4
well,
times. Yeah.
yeah, and that'll eat into you a little bit too if you start
Mm-hmm.
bumping up the odds. So that's kind of why we played it with it a variety of ways, and we just like the flat odds. Pull them down after that second hit, and then pick what you want to do. Dark side, light side. You want to keep it in the hybrid realm? Go for it.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. Somebody suggested to me over email that we should not have any odds. He's like, if you're going to go with 270 across, have a $300 don't. And he said, just
Hmm.
fight the come out roll, right? Or you can do the twist, put some kind of a lay out there to save your come out, and go $300 in the don't on the first hit. Go from whatever you're at to your minimum, and then pull a black off the don't, and go from 300
Okay.
to 200, and then from on the
Hmm.
second hit get to 160 and go down to 100 on the don't, and just kind of like level your flat don't bet down. That way, it's less overall exposure, and
Hmm.
it's a flat win instead of the odds win. It's interesting. I mean, working $300 through the don't is kind of hard. So
Yeah, and I mean the other flip side of that too is you're reducing the power of the 7 when you start pulling down off your don't,
mhm.
when it could help you if you have that
Yeah,
quick 7. So I mean there's different ways to play it. If you're not an odds player, you could certainly go out there with a bigger don't, and that's the reason I
yeah,
put out the twister version with the lay, because I had probably 6 emails the day I put out the strategy itself asking
yeah,
me to show it with the lay, because I had a few come out 7s in the video. And personally, I don't love the come out. I don't love laying a number, because if you start laying the number, then you're exposed to that number too on the come out. And it's hard to fight
hmm
back with those wins. And yes, I know the 7 comes on the come out, but if you're laying the 5 or the 9, I'd have to go back and look at the rolls. But I know you set the point of 5 and 9 quite a bit, and that's the number I would lay, because then when you start
yeah,
laying 4s and 10s, you have to put a bigger lay out there just to protect your don't pass.
Right. And then there's also the
Um,
idea of, and with your twist. So I go back and forth honestly on this, and that's why I don't do it so often. But if you're going to lay the 5 or the 9, let's say you got a $200 don't out there, you have to lay the 5 or 9 for $300 to win 200 to save it. It's a lot of money on one number. So you're either you would have lost, the $200 on the 7, 6 ways to lose it, or you're gonna lose it 4 ways to win more. You're gonna have 4 ways to lose more money if you lay.
yeah.
Right. If you spread it and go 150 and 150 on the 5 and the 9, which I've considered doing, now you got 8 ways to lose about the same amount of money. 8 ways to lose 150 versus 6 ways to lose the 200 to start with. You start fighting yourself and you end up in a no-win situation. Right.
Exactly. And
over
then
time, I think
people are going to start. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say keep it clean.
Mm-hmm.
Like accept the fact that you're gonna get punched in the face once in a while.
100%.
You know what I mean? I mean, you go to the bar and you talk shit enough, you're going to get punched. That's exactly what we're doing here, right? And I think trying to hedge it too much, you end up fighting yourself. And I know that I've run it win craps, and I've gotten when I run the lay 4 against a don't, and I've done this a million times. You always lose faster versus a flat don't. Just play a flat just win craps. Anybody can do this. Right? Win craps a flat don't versus a lay 4 and a flat don't. And you'll see that over the course of time, that lay 4 version of it loses every single time faster on the same set of rolls. It just goes to 0 so much quicker because you can't make it up.
Exactly, because you got to double. I mean, you lose double what you would win on the flat. So you'd have to win 2 flat bets to pay for that one loss. And
more because of the vig. More because of the vig. You actually got to win 3 times to make up for one loss on a come out 4. It reduces that power so much.
Yep. And then when you start wanting to, avoid the 7 because you're on the don't, then, what about the 11? Are you going to start putting, if you have a $200 don't out there, what's that, a $13 yo bet out there? And that's going to slowly bleed you $13 at a time. And my whole thing with the don't, and I think it's a harsh reality, but sometimes it has to be said. If you're so afraid of the 7 on that come out roll, don't play the don't.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. If you're so afraid of it, you want the 7 to work for you later in the roll. That's why you're on the don't. But you're so afraid of it on the come out, then why are you playing the don't?
Right. Well, again,
I always wonder that.
People will say, and excuse me, unless you're going to be a pure don't player, that's a great argument. But Vince is out in chat saying, hybrids are, I can't find the chat now, but saying hybrids are a senior citizen strategy. And, a lot of people will poo-poo the hybrid. And what you're saying is exactly that. I think I can find it here. Hybrid equals senior citizen betting style. And what you're saying is exactly, if you're afraid of the don't, or you're afraid of the 7, that's where the hybrid comes from. It comes from this abject fear of bad things happening. So the problem, actually, let's go to the table. I want to put the table view up. I want to talk to you about something at the table because I think it's important that we see it with bets. Well, my light turned on. One of the things I talk about all the time is this notion of multiple exposure, right? So people are scared of things. So if you're down here, let's actually do black chips. So and we have still, by the way, California Craps Club. I'll do the other side now. There's the good luck charm. If you're out here right now, and this is where hybrids are kind of fun to do the math on. Your exposure right here is what? 8 ways to lose it, right? You can lose on the 6, you can lose on the 11. If you start doing this, and let's just put it on the 4 for now. We'll do the twisty version of the lay, right? Well, where does your exposure shift to? Like now you're exposed to something different. The 3 ways to roll a 4 versus so now you have 3 ways to roll a 4 and 2 ways to roll 11. You've reduced your exposure from 8 to 5, which is cool. And I think people look at that and go, probability wise, I'm in better shape because this is, lose this less often than that. However, you're going to lose this 3 times, just 1 for 1. This will lose 3 times or 6 times rather. Right, let's put 6 chips out. I'll put 6 white chips out there actually. That'll lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. This will lose 3 times. Right, 1, 2, 3. What's the total damage? If probability worked out, what's the total damage between them?
It's the same.
The exact same. There's no difference, right? This is 600
Yep.
bucks. That's 600 bucks. There's no difference over the course of time how much you will lose. The difference, though, is that when you lose these and a point gets set, let's say you lose it and the point becomes 4, you got to beat the 4 now 6 times to make that money back.
Yep.
Right, which is a
100%.
bitch. And what people, and I've seen people go, oh shit, we got picked off on the 4. Well, let's go down here now because it's the 4 and let's lay our bankroll on it. Because there's no way they're going to hit that again. And I've seen that chase happen too, right? So exposure has to be considered on all those levels, right? It's like, yeah, you're exposed for less rolls, but for more money. And over time, making up the loss is way, way harder. Way, way harder to make up that loss. So I think that's something to be considered when we look at the twist version of this thing, is that. So once we have a point, and here's something else to go through. Once you have a point, and I was going to ask you this the other day, this will be, 180 in odds here with 100 bucks. And we go across. Let's go. There we go. Okay, so now we're actually, I got to get the bets higher. Sorry. We'll go. Let's get here. All right, now we're up 270 across, right? Or 230, what is it, 270? Or 235, whatever it is.
It's 220 effect. No,
220,
sorry.
no, 270. It's 270.
270, yeah, sorry, 270.
Right? So you're 270.
320 minus 50.
What are you more scared of? Because I was feeling this out in the garage. Actually, let's put the point here. Let's make the point an 8. Because this happened to me a bunch during the rollouts here, right? And again, from an exposure standpoint, everything changed, right? You're out here against the 7 and the 11 with the puck off. You're going, oh shit, right? You have 8 ways to get crushed. Okay, you survived it. You set a point. How scared are you of the 8 now? Because I was out there going, damn it, I'm on that 8, and I'm worried about this, especially on roll 1. Because on roll 1, I don't have enough money here to catch up to it, right? And again, with hybrid folks, the exposure changed from the 7 to the 8, which is super easy to roll. And how many 8s did I roll today? Like 30 of them in that last section there, right? I rolled a crazy number of 8s today. So how scared are you of that? Because when you're in here now, what is your danger level?
It's up a little bit. Obviously, I'd prefer a 4, 5, 9, or 10 to be the point. But the thing is, right, I have 5 ways to lose that don't pass bet plus the odds. But then I have a lot more ways to win in the box. And even on the 7, I don't win, but I don't lose a ton, right?
Right.
So that's what I'm thinking about when I see the point of 6 or the point of 8 being set. And some people will tell you that it's even better to have the don't with the odds up there on a 6 and 8 because they pay better.
They do.
Yes, they do come more often, but my whole thing too is I'm really worried about you hitting that in 2 rolls. Right? If you hit it on the 3rd or 4th roll, it is what it is. I lose my don't pass. Fine.
Right.
I'm more worried in those first 2 rolls that you're going to hit it, knock my odds, and then now I'm fighting from behind for the session. But in the grand scheme of things, I have 5 ways to lose that bet. I have a multitude of other ways to win on other bets. So that's what I'm focusing on more than I'm afraid of the 8 being the point. And real quick, James Newberry in chat said something that I think is also good with. He said, don't players just accept that there will be a 7 on the come out? And that's true. Like if you play the don't enough, you just have to accept it and you're used to it, right? It happens. The first few times you play dark side or a hybrid, right? You're gonna get hit on the 7 a couple times and you're like, well, I hate this. But then the more you do it, it seems like, well, actually, you know, it's not as prevalent as you may think it is. And you learn to not be afraid of it after a while.
Yep. What I found about the don't over the course of years is that it's about a 50-50 bet over the course of time, right? But it never ping pongs. You don't like, you know, win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. You'll lose 6 times in a row down here, and then you'll win 10 times in a row. I find the don't to be very streaky. And you might lose 3 come outs but then also win on the next 3 points. So
Yep.
you go down on, seven, 7.7 out, 7.7 out. And it just runs that way. It's very streaky. So you got to deal with it. You got to deal with the come out 7. What's funny, Chris, is when I look at the setup here, the don't with odds on the 8, this is going to sound stupid, so forgive me. I feel better when I'm here. I like that setup better. I'm down. If it's 6 or 8, don't pass with odds, I'm all good. When I'm here, I actually am more nervous. I found myself being way more nervous having the across bets out with the don't pass. Isn't that stupid? But I think
It's pretty funny, actually.
Well, it's dumb. But the thing is, I was so focused on getting those 2 rolls, and I was hyper focused on not throwing an 8. Like, oh shit, the eight's gonna blow me away here. Oh my god, don't throw an 8, because I was so worried about getting a hit or 2 inside, or whatever, that it messed with my mind. I'd rather just have the don't pass with odds against the 8 than all this other stuff going on, mentally. Then once you pull it down, you're totally fine, which I think is cool. Let's talk about the drawdown. So let's assume we get our 2 hits, okay? Let's assume that they're 2 good ones. I'm going to put out the $70 twice. We'll do it out here. There's a 70, and here's 70 more, and we'll pull our bets down to level. We'll get down to the 135, okay? Or 130 in this case. Okay. Now you're here, and the odds come back. Let's talk about where we are, because this is another piece of the strategy that I think was hard for folks to really grasp the why on it. At this point, where are we? We had put out 270 to start, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And we actually had pulled down, I should put the money back at, we would have pulled down 5 greens, 1 from each, and 1 red chip from the 6. We would have drawn down this much, we would have earned that much. So at this point, we have 100, we have 200, 25, 250, 270 off the felt in our rack. We started out with how much again? I think it was 270, right? Or in this case, it's 260, yeah. Right? So you're basically square. This out here is squared up. You're good, right? At this point,
Exactly.
You're good, and that's a good piece. However, can you still lose here, right? If we hit the point now, what position are we in? I think we have to talk about, because we have to get to what's called shifting exposure, because exposure shifts all the time, right? Your come out exposure, you're exposed big time to the 8 in here, okay? Now we're back to where the 7 is an interesting case, because you have 130 out here, right? And the 7 actually wins you 100 and loses you 130, so your net is 30, negative 30 from this piece out here. So you're still really not in great shape.
Well, the reason why the across bets are the way they are is, right, you get the 2 hits at the $70 each, right? So that pays you 140 total. Then that's what you're basically going across with your profit that you made.
Yep.
On those 2 hits. And then you have your don't pass out there. So if you're pulling down the 140 from the 2 hits, even if the 7 comes and knocks off the 130,
yep,
you make 5 plus the 100 on the don't pass.
Yep.
Right? If you hit the point now, I made 140, I'm losing 100 on the don't pass, I'm still up $40. That's why we restart the whole thing over again.
That was my next question, because that was a weird thing to me too, was restarting the whole thing. Because again, as a rhythm player, let's say we hit the point, we lose the don't, puck goes off. You're saying, and what we did all week long was restart, just take it all down, reset it 270 versus coming right back out. Okay, cool, shoot a new point. There's a 5. Let's make it look like an 8 or whatever, and play out the right side, and not come back out here on the don't again. Which is what I think a lot of people would do. Say, well, I got picked off down here. Let's just transition to the right side. And what's going to happen on the next roll? 7.
And then so you're down.
You'll be down in that case, and if you just keep playing it out. So that's the reason you guys set for restarting it, which is I think there's some thought behind that to make sense.
Yeah, because basically when you get out of the roll and you regress down, the point is that if a 7 comes you still profit, and we're going to restart and run it all over again. You don't profit a
Mm-hmm.
ton for how much money you had out there to begin with, but you still don't lose on the 7. Even if the point
Mm-hmm.
comes, right? You get knocked off the 100, you're still up $40 technically speaking, and that's why we're going to restart it. So a 7 or a point is going to just reset, and we're going to restart
The
the
whole thing.
storm, yeah, from the start. Because
So
like if you were in this situation, right, where you
yeah,
have, let's say the point got knocked and you lose your 100 on the don't pass, right? You're
right.
If your bankroll, you're up $40 in your bankroll right now,
Mm-hmm.
right? Let's say that point of 5 gets set, you have 135 out there. If the 7 were to come right there, you'd be down, what is it? You'd be
Be
losing
down $90.
135, so you'd be down
Yeah.
$90
Yep.
if that came. So that's why we're resetting it, because even if you leave the money out there and you restart it, if that 7 comes too quickly, you're going to be in trouble. So at
Mm-hmm.
that point, right, if you want to leave the bets out there and not come back on the don't pass, why even bother to play the storm in the first place? Why not just go 160 across?
Right.
Because it's
Well,
basically the same thing.
the counterpoint is this, though, right? The counterpoint is, okay, you've knocked the point. If I come out here on the don't for $100 again, and let's pretend I had the bets back up again. I'm re-exposed for $100 here, right? Or
Yeah.
against eight, I have 8 ways to lose 100 versus 6 ways to lose 130 on the very next roll. So your overall exposure here, it's a one roll, oh shit, down here. Now I have opportunity to win clean money, which is the counterpoint to restarting it. Although the restart lets you bank up 140 or $40 in 2 hits. If you don't have this and you get 2 hits, you're going to win $70, $35 twice. So the
That's true.
opportunity
Yeah.
here is a little higher. That's the reason why I was like, I'm not really sure about resetting it, because now I got to fight the 7 again, and the difference is $35. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the only thing not that it's a gripe or anything. I just think that it's a consideration to make. If the strategy just is on rhythm, every time the puck is off, it's 100 and 270. Period. Like that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. And it obviously it made money. We did good this week with it. It made some cash. So I think that's good. I just wanted to point that out, that like if the puck's off and you go back out here, well, you could lose 100 on the way out where you already were here, and you're like, well, let's just play for 135. It's the same. It's really the same exposure level. It's just this has clean opportunity versus now you're muddy again for a couple of rolls.
Yeah, it's a
So,
valid point.
yep. Anyway, that's it, man. That's the storm. I thought it was good. I had fun this week.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I play it a lot. Now, the thing is, right, because I see it in chat too, that, hybrids are for choppy tables, things like that. That's very true. I'm typically playing the storm to almost feel out the table when I get
Mm-hmm.
there. I don't play the entire storm the entire time at the casino. There's times where I'll get, a great set of rolls where I make a goal off the storm on a couple of shooters, and then I will leave. But if I see, that somebody's hitting points back to back to back, right, I wouldn't play this, obviously. Like if I was
Yeah.
playing the storm in Atlantic City this last week when I was with Jeff and the crew and everybody, I would have been leaving there with my pockets empty with some more lint in my pockets, probably. Like I would have been in a lot of trouble because there was a lot of buckshot and a lot of
Mm-hmm.
quick points being hit. So you do have to remember that, you do have to watch kind of what's going on with the table. So I usually play it to feel out a table, and then I'll go in and play it. On bubble craps, I'll sit there and bubble craps the death out of it. I'll play it the entire time because it's bubble craps, right?
Right.
There's no rhyme or reason to the numbers that are coming out. So I'll
What
play it on
are
there.
your levels? What are your bubble craps levels? Are you doing like 5 down here and
There's a
$5
couple
across?
different. It depends what your bubble crap table level is. They're usually $1. So I put out a video on it. I would do a $10 don't pass,
Okay.
and then you go out with $18 in odds on the don't pass, and then you have $5 across on your box with 6 on the 6 and 8. You basically change the chip colors from
Mm-hmm.
the level that we were playing it at, right? So greens become red, red becomes white,
Right.
and it works out just as well because you have to play it almost at that $5 level because so you have somewhere to regress to. Because
Sure.
then once you get your two hits, you pull down your odds. You have a $10 don't, and then you go $2 on the rest of the box numbers, and it's a
Okay.
seven. It's a wash either way. Um, so yeah, that's the level I played at. $10
I
don't
was
pass,
thinking,
$18 odds, $5
I was thinking
across.
about this because some of these bubble craft machines are $5 total actions. You could do it, remove a zero from everything. You could do $5 down there, and I guess what would be the odds on that? Would you go $9 in odds?
Yeah,
Five
nine
dollars
dollars in odds,
five
and then
dollars
what?
and $9, and then you would go,
250 on each of the numbers.
well, probably three. I would
three
probably go $3,
dollars.
$3 on each
Yeah,
one, and then your reduction is down to $1, right? So if you did $3 across, I can't pay in pennies here, obviously, but if you got a hit, let's say it's that, you got a hit on the 8, and it was whatever. Again, I can't pay it right, but let's say it pays $4. Bring these down to
yeah.
$1, right? The
hmm
next one is the 9. It pays whatever. Again, $4. Bring that down, everything down to $1, and your odds come back, and now you've got $5 across, $5 on the don't, and you've brought back a whole bunch of pennies here. That's actually doable. How
Yeah,
much is
it
that?
is. I've played it on Bubble Craps and it's worked. And I actually wanted to do
Yeah.
the daily paycheck video that I did with the storm on Bubble Craps. However, my local got rid of Bubble Craps
Oh,
because they put
really?
in the roll to win table. So we don't have Bubble
Hmm.
Craps anymore. So I ended up having to go on the roll to win table, which has a $5 minimum, which the
Mm.
$100 is not enough to go out there and play the
Yeah.
storm at a
Yeah.
$5 level. And real quick, James again asked the question if we ever tried laying the point instead of staying off the nine or off the line. Yes, the problem is you have to lay the point for a lot more than you would be risking on the don't pass with the odds to make the
Yeah.
same amount of money.
Let's show what that looks like. So let's say the point is 5, 3, 2, 5, like that,
Yep.
right? So actually, that's fine. The point is a 5. If you went out here like this to do this, you'd have your 270 out here. Let's set it up. And what does it take on a lay 5 to win $300? You need probably 300 or to
450.
win two. Well, to win 200, because your normal level down here, right, is you're not quite covered. You'd have to lay 250.
200.
Yeah, 300 to win 200.
hmm
So that's a lot. That's a ton of exposure versus 100 and whatever it would be, or 50 and
And
180 or whatever it would be, right?
yeah, I mean, the thing is, right? So it's 100 and then 180. So it's the 280 versus the $300 on
Mm-hmm.
the lay, but the 280 pays you 100 flat and 120 back. So you would win 220 if a 7 came right now. On that
Mm-hmm.
lay on the 5, you're only winning 200. So you have to
Right.
lay more to win less. That's why we
Yep.
don't do it.
Sure. Well, this could be 450, right? You could get up there and cover yourself better,
Yeah, you could.
right? I
And
mean,
then if you hit a
and, yeah,
5, you're
you're screwed.
losing.
Well, that's
Yeah,
the
you're
point
losing
before, right?
450 instead of what, 280.
That's the problem with the hybrid being a scared money strategy, right? You're going to lay 450 here to win 300, which is great because it covers you plus profit. But if you whack this, how many times you got to win now to cover that up? Like if you happen to throw a 5 and you lose 450, you're winning $70
You
at
win
a time,
7 times.
right? Well, actually, you net $40 out of this, so you got to win 10 times, or you got to win 11 times
Yeah.
to make it up because you're winning
Yep.
a net of $40 is what happens when you hit your 2 hits. So
Mhm.
$40 times 10 is only 400. That's if you
Yeah.
don't get whacked again, right?
Yeah.
Chasing with lays is really the reason why craps is hard because the math doesn't work on that kind of stuff, right? If you get poked, you gotta work way too hard to come back. That's why I don't like all the hedging. You know, I'd rather play it clean and like take my lumps. However, the wedge, you know, in the same set of rolls that this strategy won on, the wedge, which is a very similar strategy, would have gotten torched, most likely.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
true.
run. So I'm gonna run it. By the way, I'm gonna pull all the rolls, right, from all the weeks, and have a database of all the rolls I've done to this point and run all the strategies against all the rolls. And I
That'd be
want to
cool.
put the wedge and the storm side by side on these past 5 days because they're so similar. The strategies are so similar. The wedge covers the 5, right, with no hedge. That's the only difference, right? There's no hedge here. It's still 2 rolls and out, right? There's no real difference here. And the buckshots would have helped us here. The 0.7 ounce would have crushed us here. So I want to see how they go side by side. It'll be fun. Anyway, want to do some Friday Follies with me?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do something stupid. Get your calculator right. You're going to need it.
All right, let me pull up the calculator here.
This is going to be, I literally thought of this on the can yesterday. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to do Waylon's mind strategy. Okay. It's going to be just like I did this morning. It's going to be, today we'll do it with the 4 and 10 and the 5 and 9. Okay. And as you know, the Waylon's mind is basically, if it doesn't hit, we press to level 5. Okay.
Okay.
And what I'm thinking about, I want to do this twice. We're going to do the mind with hop bets. So if we don't hit, we're going to go out with double the size hop bets. We're going to keep on hammering these things until we get it. Then I want to try an inside hop with the progression. I want to do a couple series here. So I don't know what the bankroll should be. What's out there? 10, 20, 30, 40 bucks. I got $1,000 in my rack. I'm going to take that and take 60 bucks back. And let's just fart around here and see if we can make some money on hopping. I think we can't. You ready to go?
Let's try it. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. You can't see my dice. I'm going to leave the puck off because it doesn't matter. Matter of fact, I'll put it over here. I got CCC's good luck chip right there. Let's see if we can get some hops to pay. All right, there's an 11, so we don't get it. So we're going to lose right away.
Yep, 40.
This is so freaking stupid. Now we're going to go out with 80 bucks, right? I'm just going to put the money out there as a one bet. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, I'm going to take that and just go 80 bucks. Otherwise, we'll be here all day long. So 80 bucks. We're going to go to level 5. So let's mark it out here. So that's level, now we're at level 2. God, can I just get a Waylon's mind hop? Nope.
Oh my.
A 7. So now I got to be out there, what, 120, right? When we hit it though, it's gonna be awesome, right? Now we're out there hopping for 120. That's level 3, and we'll stay at level 5. We're not going to do anything different. Level 5. Oh fuck. 12. Oh shit. Now we're at 160, right?
Yeah.
160. All right, level 4. Jeez. Come on. Can I get an outside number? Nope. I got a 3.
Oh my.
Oh my God, right? Yeah.
Should be playing some kind of horn parlay.
The problem with hopping is that you get your ass kicked because you lose every time. All right, so now we're at 1. How much are we at now? 5 times 4 is 200 bucks.
Yeah, 200.
All right, come on, let's do it. If this hits though, we're going to be okay, I think. Come on, give me 1. Nope. Nope, it's an 8.
You're gonna have the levels on that are the problem.
We're never going to get there because, yeah, if I stay at level 5, we're not going to make it.
Even if you hit it level 5, right?
We're not going to make our money back. There's no way.
You wouldn't make your money back once you get to level 4, even.
Yeah,
because even at this level, right? You have
what's it going to pay?
375.
Yeah, we've lost. We've lost
so
way more than that. Yeah, we lost too much coming.
All
right,
80, and you lost 120. So you lost.
What's
that? 240.
Yeah.
To win back 175. So you'd have
bullshit.
to. It doesn't work as clean. You're not gonna have to up the levels at a certain point.
That's okay. Let's reset it. That was dumb. All right. This is Friday Follies. I like I said, I thought of it, and that's a good idea. No, it's not a good idea. There's no way to make the levels on that work. I don't think. Because the loss is too much. Unless you doubled every time. You have to go more than a level. Even then you wouldn't make it. That's stupid. What about this?
You'd have to martingale it almost.
That's what I'm saying. You have to Marty it plus a level to make it work.
Yeah, you'd have to go like 5, 10, 20, 40. I don't even know if that'll cover you.
Well, I'll be out of money before that happens. I'll be out of money before that happens. There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
What about? Yeah, that's okay. All right, so let's put a big old X in that idea. The other idea that I had for hopping craziness. This is really what I really wanted to try today was this. I did that because of the mind in the garage. You've seen me do the 1 3 2 4 before, right? On the don't. You ever seen that
Yeah.
that progression? Okay. And for everybody in chat, here's how it works. All right. We'll just do. I'll put it on the don't for now. It doesn't matter where we do this, but you're gonna bet 1 unit. Okay. And that's going to win a unit. You're going to take a unit from your rack and go from a 1 unit bet to a 3 unit bet. Okay, so it's going to cost you 2 units to play this way. That's going to win 3. You're going to reduce it down to 2. Whoops, on hit number 3. If 2 wins, you stack it for a 4 unit bet. And if that wins 4, your net for the whole thing is 10 units. You win 10 units out of that if that works out. It takes 4 in a row to get it done. Okay, you go to 1, you double it from your rack, and you try and hammer it. I wonder if we can. Do you think I can get 4 inside numbers and do the hoppa, and get 4 back-to-back inside numbers, and we can do that progression with hopping?
Let's try it.
Is that impossible? That's going to be impossible.
Jeff tried it last night in his press the card.
To do the inside hopper 4 times?
He was parlaying it, and he tried to catch up to Arnell, and he
It's
failed.
so
I think
hard.
on the 3rd or 4th one.
Yeah, it's.
But I love the idea. Let's do it.
It's going to be impossible. I'm going to put $8 out there, right? And so that's going to give me $92 and change, 75.92. And let's just keep putting $8 out here at a time, and we'll see if we can't get it to fire. And again, no need for a puck. I just want to get a couple 3, 4 inside numbers. And I think you could do this across. Waylon does a thing where he does like, $2 on everything and $1 on the hard ways, which kind of makes it work. But let's just work the inside hopper and see if we can get it to work. There's a 5. Okay, so
That'll work.
Yeah, so that'll pay $15. We'll lose all this, right?
Yep.
How much are we gonna lose? We're gonna lose $8.
You lose 7.
$7, right?
Yeah,
It's gonna pay 15.
Net 9.
Right? It'll pay 15. Let's just do it like this. There's 10. There's the $15 that we win. So we're gonna go to a double level now. So we're gonna take these things. We're gonna go to 1. We're gonna go to level 3 right away. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3, 3. No, that's 6. All right, so I have to drop from my rack 2 and 6. $8 in the rack to make that work. So there's 10. $2 change. Now we're at level 3. So 1, 3. If we can get another one, we'll take the win and reduce down to level 2 and see how it works out. Come on, inside number. Please, 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 inside number. Damn it. All right, didn't work.
Do it again.
Do it again, right? There's, again, no way in hell this is going to work, but why not? Why not try? Let's take a quarter out of here. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, there's 8. Get back. How much is change on that?
On what, 25?
On 25.
17?
My math is not good. All right, there we go. 13. There we go. Okay, here we go. Can we get one? Yeah, we got one. There's a 6. Sweet.
Cool.
All right, so again, it's going to be, we'll take all the losers away. We're going to win $16 or $15 on that one. We're going to come back out at level 3 on all the bets. So 3, 3. Need to get some change here. It's probably not enough. 3, 3.
You're gonna need what, $24?
Yeah. One more nickel. All right, here we go. Level 3. Come on, Johnny. 6. We did it. Look at that. That's fantastic. Dang. What does that pay? 45, right? For the one?
Yeah, 45 and down.
Okay. So we'll take that away. There's $45. That's fantastic. Now we go out at level 2. So we're gonna regress backwards here. We'll take this down to 2 units. And that's gonna cost me 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 bucks. 15 with 2 change. Can we get a 1, 3, 2, 4 progression on a hop? Is that possible?
Well, even at this level, I think you're all right. You made money here, so
yeah.
the rest
this
is
the
just
hammer,
extra.
though. Yeah, if we can get it 4 in a row, that's the thing. 1, 3, 2, 4. If we can get 4 of these things to pop, that's actually pretty. It's going to be pretty good if it'll work out. There's very little chance of it working out because there's a 7, but it would have been cool, right? Let's try it again. All right, what's it cost us again? $8?
$8, yeah.
2, 4. No, not $8. Oh yeah, it's one level. Sorry. All right, 2 change. There's my 10. Here we go. 4. Frick. All right. That's a bummer. Actually, what I should just do is just drop $8 more in the rack. Just make it easier and quicker. There's 10.
Yeah.
There's 2 change. Come on. 6. We did it.
There you go.
All right. So that's going to be 15.
If you don't want to take it down, you can just drop yourself $8.
That's true. That's true. This is more fun though. 15 bucks there. Let's do it. 2, 4. Actually 3. 3. 3. I'm still a dollar late. I need to get 22 back. 23 back. Okay, here we go. Level 3. Let's get it. Damn it.
It wouldn't be Friday Follies if this wasn't happening.
It wouldn't be Friday Follies if this didn't happen. Exactly right. This is the whole point. Let's hit a home run. I should be doing it with nickels. It'd be even better, right? Let's drop $8 out of my rack here to pay for those bets. All right. 9. Got one.
There we go.
Yay. All right. So now we're going to drop it all. We're going to go to, you said I can drop $8.
Yeah, if you drop 8, that'll be the 15 and down. So you're going to add that, and then you got to drop 8 out of your rack to get to level 3. So makes it kind of clean with the way it works out.
Yep. I like that better. There's 8 in the rack. Okay. 3. This is why you're here, Chris, because I'm old and I can't do math on the fly. There we go. Let's hit a level 3 bet. Come on, let's go. Boom. Ah. This is soul crushing, I'm telling you. Just soul crushing. All right, let's get all this down. So stupid. I love Fridays, though. Fridays are super fun. All right, let's get our $13 change. We're back out again. Oh, my God. We're going to hit it once today, and it's going to be awesome when we do. 8. All right. 8, 8, 8. That's awesome. So we're going to drop 8. We're going to get 8. Okay, that should cover us. This is taking more time than rolling it. Here we go.
Yeah, it's setting up the bets.
It just takes forever.
Said how pissed would the dealers be? Very.
Oh, they'd hate it. Well, you know what's funny is our local doesn't even have hop, but they let you do hop bets, but there's no hops on the table. So the box person just lays these things out in front of him and puts the ATS markers on them. Like that's how he keeps track of what's what. They would drive him crazy.
There you go.
Yeah, he would hate us. Ah, frick. Come on. Ah. All right, I'm leaving 1 out there. We're going to drop 10 and get 2 changed. That's our $8. All right. Come on. 12. All right, we're going to lose it again. There's 20. Wow.
We're off to a better start here. We didn't hit it right away. I'm feeling it now.
You're feeling it now? Okay.
I'm feeling it now.
Let's go.
Nothing like starting off with a loss.
Hey, there's a 9. That'll work, right? That will work. All right, there's 8 from them. There's 8 from us. All right, 2, 2, 2. I think I shorted myself in a couple of pennies there. I did. All right, bam, bam. All right, let's go. Come on, 2 in a row. Can I get 2 freaking inside numbers in a row? How hard can this be? Fuck. To 10.
My feeling was off.
Oh my gosh, here we go. Come on now. There's $8 to pay for those bets that are out there. Now we've lost $100 trying this thing already. Come on. Can we do it? No, there's a 4. God darn it. The Hoppa failing miserably.
Thing is, if you do hit it once, you're gonna cover that 100 easily.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. All right, so I just dropped 7 out of the rack. I'm a little short, so we need $99 back. So there's 75, 95, 99 and change for that black.
I have a question. Do you have a hard stop or no?
What time is it?
12:02. I just want to make sure you don't have a hard stop.
Let me show you. You mean
9:02? Sorry.
Yeah.
9:02.
So look at this. I'm going to show you. You know what makes me happy, Chris? You see my phone? Can we see my phone here? What is my calendar? My calendar says no events today.
That sounds lovely.
You all see that? That sounds lovely. Fridays are my favorite. That's why, like,
all right.
The way my week is set up, I have these gauntlets of meetings at work. But Fridays are pretty much get shit done kind of a day.
Yep.
Which means I can go. I'm going to hit this one. I'm going to try to hit this thing once. We're going to hit it once. This is going to be. We're
going to do it.
We're going to do it. There's an 8. Okay, there's an 8.
All right. Good
We're
start.
halfway home. We're halfway home. So, like I said, we'll drop the $8 here, and we'll get $8 here.
Yeah, for everyone at home, make sure you grab another cup of coffee. This is going to be a long one.
I just want to see it happen one time. I just want to see what it makes. Like I said, I thought about this yesterday. I'm like, let's just see what happens. Can it be done? 7. Son of a bear. I cannot get 2 in a row. God. All right, here we go. There's $10 for 2. Come on. 2 in a row. There's a 6. All right. 5, 1, 6. There's 8. Okay. This time it's going to happen. What I should do is just put the money out here, be a little easier than playing with all the ones.
Yeah.
Right, here we go.
But I think for purposes, it looks
better.
Good to see the bets.
Yeah. Here we go. Ready, set. Come on, inside. Everybody on chat. Just type the word inside so we can get this done. Here we go. Come on.
You're gonna have some blisters on your fingers after this.
This is hysterical. All right, there, $25 again. All right, we're just gonna be doing this all day long. Here we go. Inside number. Boy, how hard is it to hit 2 inside numbers in a row? There's a 4. 2, 2, 4. You think this would be easy, right? Makes sense in your head. Not so easy. All right, there's.
It seems easy, but
it does seem easy. The hopper makes all the sense in the world when you're rolling it, right? There's a 6, 4, 2, 6. All right, there's 1.
There we go.
So there's 1, 1. Come on, let's get. I don't think we've gotten 2 in a row yet.
You did on the first one. You almost hit it.
Yeah, we did it once, right?
But then the dice realized it was Friday Follies and couldn't let you have it on the first go around.
You know what? 2 weeks ago, though, on Friday Follies, I made money. I did that.
Yeah, you rolled
the marching soldier, the marching soldier with the hops and all, and it worked good. Come on, yes, we did it. We got one finally. All right, that's 45. That's great. There's $45, right? 35, $45, and then what happens is everything that didn't win comes down.
Yep.
And now we go to level 2 on everything. So we're going to drop down a whole level. So we're going to go take those $20 right there. That 5. All right, let's get these all at level 2. Okay, so 20 bucks goes back to the bank. Come back to the rack is going to be 25, 32 bucks. We're at level 2. The rack is a mess.
I just
Here we
did the
go.
math on it while you were doing that. You net 147 if you can make it through from $8.
Ah, look at this.
No.
Yeah, we got an 8, but it came hard. That's a bummer. But
Yeah.
on that shooter, though, we showed profit, which is cool.
Yeah, you're good on that one. Yep.
Yeah, we showed a profit. Here's $8, I think. 448 pays for the bets out there. So yeah, I mean, 142 from $8 is not bad, right? If you can pull it off. If you can pull, but we've already burned $200 getting there. So there's another 12. Get back our change here. We're gonna totally do this. 5. Okay, there's a 5, a 4, 1. Awesome. Can you? I realize I'm zoomed in. You guys can't see the dice rolling. 4, 1, 5. So again, that'll be. We'll pay 8. 8 and 2 change. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Come on. 6 easy. 5, 1, 6. We did it again.
There you go.
There we go. Awesome sauce. All right. Let's bring everything down but that one. And we'll do 25. And we'll do 20 in reds. 2, 3, 4 stacks. 2, 2, 2. Take one off of there. And there we go. All right. One more there. These go away. This comes back. All right. Come on. Let's do it. Let's do it. 8 easy.
There we go.
Hell yeah. Yeah, baby. All right. Now, that was 2. Now we press this all the way up. Right? So now we're going to get paid. Again, we'll take everything down but the 8. That's going to pay $30 for the 2 right there. And now everything goes at $2 or $4 now. We're gonna take that whole win and put it out there. So there's 4. I'm gonna get some change here. I'll take that $25 and we're gonna get 5, 10, 15, 25. That should cover us. Let's do 4, 4, 4, 3, 3. There we go. We're getting back.
Now we need the drum roll.
$6 comes back. Let's get it. Let's just hit it right now. Come on. 1, 3, 2, 4 is one too many. There. Okay. Here we go. Got to get centered here for this. Should I set the dice?
If you want to.
It's
inside number. Inside number. Inside easy.
Come on. Inside number. Ah! Didn't get it. Damn it. We got a 10. I saw the 4 and I got all excited. Shoot. That would have been amazing. Damn.
Still made money on that one though.
We did. The 1, 3, 2, 4 is a powerful thing, right? When you get to that level 4, you've brought money back, which is nice. But we put $200 into this thing. And so what I've got in the rack still though is 75. I have like $92 in the rack. So we're still down $110. So that kind of BS.
Again,
but
if you hit it, if you could hit it once, you'd be up actually, because the 147 is taking off the $8 that you originally invested. So the 147 would be pure profit if you can get through the progression.
Well, what would it be if you had these at $5, right? There's another 10, by the way, so that's going to cost us $8.
That's 5.
If you did
that's
it with
$5
levels, you could make bank, right? There's a 6, 5, 1, 6. All right, that's going to do the same thing. So we're just going to go ahead and take $8 from our rack. Get them all at level 3.
You make like $800.
Wow, I want to do that. If we don't win this one here, I'm going to go out at red.
It'd be 147 times five. Yeah, 735. If you take out the number,
Yeah.
then that's taking out the actual bets, the original bets themselves. If you just that's so it would be 735 pure profit, and then
Let's do it.
775 if you include the bets.
Let's make 735.
Let's do
There's
it.
$50.
This will be the one you do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Right, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 75. Let's drop 100 out here, and we'll get back $20.
Are you starting at 1 or 2?
Oh, sorry, 1. Yeah, my bad. I don't know why I did that.
Just keep
Right,
those stacked because that'll get you for the next one. Because you're gonna
need them. We're gonna need them anyway, aren't we? Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. 7.
All right.
Awesome. 4. There's 8. Okay, cool. There's $8. Put that back out there. Come on. I so want to do this. Oh, fuck. 2. Damn. All right, there's $40. Every time it's $40. Okay. 6.
There we go.
All right. All right, so we're going to drop another $40 out of the rack here. And we're going to pump them all up.
Yep.
Level 3. Wow.
And then you get paid your 40 too.
Yep.
Make sure you take that out.
Actually ran myself out of red chips there. Right, so I dropped 40. I dropped 40, and with what we got paid, it makes it level 3. Yep, so it makes level 3. Here we go. All right, I'm stretching. Come on, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, a 5-1 mixer. So what does that pay me? That's going to pay me $75, right? Or $225 and down.
Sorry, 240 and down. 240 and down.
Okay, so 240 and down. All right, thanks for being the box man, because there's no way I'm doing this math on my own. All right, 240 and down. And we're going to go down to 2-unit bets. Right? So
yeah, so
240 plus what I'm bringing down here, right?
No, that would go back to the bank because it'd be 240 and down. So you'd win your $15 hop would win you 225.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Cool. That's it.
So the 240, you're going to want to take 80 out of that to keep those bets up there.
Yep. 240 and we'll stay up where we are. Okay, cool. Here we go. Let's win it at level 2. Let's hit a home run. 5, 4, 1, 5.
Let's do it.
All right. So what's that pay? 150 right there, right?
Yeah, 150.
All right. And so now we're going to press the whole thing up. So we're going to go up by 160.
Actually, sorry. Right? It'd be 160 and down. So
160 and down. Sure.
Yeah. So
these all go away.
Yeah. So I didn't mean to make you take them all the way down, but
that's all right.
I was just going to do the math in the head to subtract.
150 for that, right? So if I do, do I have enough reds to do this? I don't think I do. Let's see. If I go 25,
you have to go 20 25. On each.
Yeah.
The 160 total out there?
It'll be 160 total, yeah. 125. There's 160 total. So now we're going to go to 4 units on each. Full press. There we go. Everything's at 4. This is the money shot. Channeling my inner Brian. Come on. Home run, baby. Yes. Yes.
Let's go.
Yes. 6-2 freaking 8. Ha. What does that pay? It pays a lot, right? It pays $300, right? That's fantastic.
320 and down if you're going to leave the 20 up there.
Now we're going home. $300. $300. And that comes back with me.
20 stays with you.
Yeah, 20 stays with. So let me reset my bank. Here we go. So there's going to be my original bankroll. And after all that farting around, 200, 25, 250, 270, 276 in the rack. Okay. That last one was a big one. We actually had lost a couple $100 heading into that. So we made money on Friday. How about that? We did it. That could have been a whole lot better if I didn't burn $200 getting there, but that was fun.
That was cool. I like that one.
God, 4 inside easy hops in a row. Not easy to do.
I think the best part is that you hit it when you finally went to the nickel level.
Well, here's the thing, man. When you have a DGen on the call, you got to go full DGen on the bets, right? I mean, you just got to go all in and just say what the hell, right? So that's 100%. A stupid strategy, stupid strategy, but a lot of fun. And we won money on a Friday. That's like 3 Fridays in a row. I won money with a dumb strategy. So there it is. Awesome. All right, now we probably should end the show. It's 9:15, 12:15 to you all. Great, man. That was good. Good week of craps. I guess I'll see you all tonight. Are you going to be able to help out tonight? By the way, do dealing or boxing or something for the Friday night fights?
Yeah, just let me know. Let me know which one you want me to do, and I'll do it.
Cool. I'll start a thread between me, you, Jeff, and Chris, and see who can do what. Chris is going to be gone soon, so I'd like to give him an opportunity to come out and help out. So,
okay.
Yeah, I'll ping you later. Everybody else, I'll see you tonight for Friday night fights at some point. I'm not sure who's going to deal, but we'll be here at 6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Friday night fights. It's been a great week. Thanks for joining me today, Chris. It was fun having you on.
Yeah, I could do this
every day, man. I could have a guest on here and just kind of have fun and fart around. Awesome.
If my work schedule allowed, I'd sit here and BS with you all day long. But
yeah, right.
I'm usually on a meeting while watching. But again, Fridays are those good days that
yeah, man.
No meetings on Fridays.
I hear you.
But yeah, I appreciate you having me on.
You got it. Hold on, before you go,
Yep.
Skill is telling me to go to my PCs and Qs. So let's go check the PCs. Holy crap! Look at all the things. Make sure I do the P's and Q's while Chris is there, he says. Okay, so let's see. Don't reduce the don't. This is going way back. This must be a question in there somewhere. Yeah, go to the coin line to get quarters. Make sure John does this blind squirrel. What do you want me to look at, Skill? I can't tell what you're asking me to look at. One thing he's asking is the Storm going to be considered a unicorn or a distant cousin? I think, the Storm, frankly, and what you've worked on, your unicorn, they're very similar. It's like, get me out of the gate, let me play for a couple of rolls, and have my bets paid for. Yeah. Frankly, you could do the Storm where you have the don't pass, come out, get your 2 rolls, and then spick it off the don't, like I did the first day. Just drop, cover the don't, play your rolls, and be done with it. That's kind of what Skill does. And that's also like the max 75 thing. So I don't know what else Skill wants me to ask. That must be the thing he's asking.
There was a couple questions in there that didn't have like P's, C's, or Q's in front of them, but I answered them as we were going. I know James asked if I play in Atlantic City frequently. I don't think he's here anymore. I think he dropped off, but the answer is yes.
Boy, James, I feel bad for James. James is always sending me pictures of the casino. He's like, it's a sad day. And he sends me a picture of like 5 empty crap tables. He's like, the game is, the game is dying,
He told me to come to the Hard Rock tonight, but 1, I'll be here working with the dealing stuff. And 2, James, if you watch this later, I do not play at the Hard Rock because I hate the Hard Rock. The tables suck.
What is the Hard Rock? Is that the old Playboy? Is that where it is now?
I think so, yeah. Their tables are very bouncy, though. In my opinion, they're bouncy as all hell. If I do play in Atlantic City, it's usually I like Harris, I like Ocean, and my favorite table is at Resorts. The Fire Bet table at Resorts World. My favorite table in all of Atlantic City. Yeah,
I haven't played Atlantic City except for the time we went at Harris that one time. I haven't played Atlantic City in 15 years. So I don't know any of the tables anymore. I used to know everybody out there, but not anymore. Here you got to come out here and play at our local. I'm telling you, that plexiglass thing I have in the garage, it looks ridiculous. Like you said, those dice don't move at all. I'm like, yeah, you go to our casino, you toss the dice, they go, and they just stick.
That'd be lovely. That'd honestly be great.
It's so weird
especially
because
with
the felt.
Toss.
Well, exactly. Well, the thing is, the felt there though, and the felt's not even glued down, which is really weird because you can put your hand on the table and kind of move your hand, and the felt moves like skin on your hand. It like actually moves, like you can
Oh
slide it.
wow. Okay.
It's weird. So the dice will catch sometimes into that stuff, and you can see the felt like catch them and drag a little bit. But yeah, you got to come out here and play. It'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
I would do
Definitely will.
I would do a pro craps meetup, but I mean everybody's got to fly to Washington, so we'll have to do it in the summertime when you can see the mountains.
We'll take over to Layla.
Yeah, right.
And
Well, we got three of them up there.
why I like
There's
the
three
table
casinos
at
in like
resort.
a 5 mile radius.
Okay. Yeah, that's why the table at resorts. So if you're looking at the table, if you're stick left at the table, the right hook stick left, the table actually gives in there. Like you can push the felt down.
Oh, really?
So
Like,
yeah, I love it. It's great actually because it just the dice die on it. So like I'll go and
hmm,
throw there and the dice absolutely die. That's why I
hmm.
love that table.
Is it like rotten wood or something? Like what makes what makes it give?
I actually don't know, but I found out because Clay and I were playing there the one day, and I couldn't. He was stick right, and I couldn't get over to stick right. I like shooting from stick right over there, and I didn't know why. So I was standing in the hook, just playing around, and I went to go do my normal set, and my hands felt weird. So I like did the push down, like the flex of the fingers on the table,
Hmm.
and my thumb just like pushed down even farther. And I was looking at it, and then I started like playing with it every single roll, and I was looking at it, and just it gives in. And I was like, all right. So then
Weird.
I was watching Clay throw from the other side, and the dice hit and die. It's cool.
That's weird. That's
I
weird.
hope they don't figure it out. If you're from resorts and you're watching this, you didn't hear anything.
Just yeah, get out of it. Right. That's funny. All right, last question before I let you go. Birds. How are the birds going to do in the postseason this year? We got it.
We got it. As you know, I already have a Birds Super Bowl bet placed before the season started. Recently, when Jalen Hurts went down, I placed the Eagles to beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I placed the Eagles to beat the Bills in the Super Bowl. I think it's going to be an Eagles, Chiefs, or Bills, depending. I'm not very worried. We're going to have the 1 seed after we absolutely smoke the Giants this week. Jalen's going to be back. All right. You heard it from DGen first. Nick Sirianni doesn't want to say it. I'll say it first. Hurts is back. All right. We beat the Giants. They have their B team in. Their A team is like a B team. So it's basically a C team in. It's gonna be a murder. Right? It's gonna
Well,
be bad.
the Hawks beat the Giants easily. There's no way the Birds don't beat the
Yeah.
Giants. You know,
Oh
but
yeah.
and the Birds
I'm not
got to
worried.
win. We got to win Sunday to get home field. So
Mhm.
we need that's actually a meaningful game for Philly. So
Yeah.
yeah,
See,
and
and
I'll
this
tell
is
you what.
Jen just
So what did you get for your bet? Your Super Bowl odds bet? What are your odds on that?
I'd have to look. It's like plus probably I think it was like 3,500 or something. I'd have to go look at it exactly. I have to pull it
Okay.
up. Um yeah, no, I that was a homer bet, right? I told you I don't
Oh
place
yeah.
many homer bets. That one's a total homer bet. But then as the season's gone on, right, I like what they've been doing throughout the season. And I don't think when everyone is healthy, that's the key thing. Everyone is healthy. I don't know if there's a team that can compete with them. I mean, you watch them beat team week after week after week when they were healthy, and they just look good. That defense is scary when they're healthy.
Yeah. Well, they're
And
not right. Who's out? The safety's out, right?
Maddox is out. Yeah,
Yeah.
Maddox is out right now, and Josiah Scott is atrocious. He had an interception last week, but he's awful.
They didn't look good against Dallas. I can tell you that. That they got shredded.
They
That was
did. They got
not
shredded,
a
but
great game.
they still. If you think about it, though, we only lost to Dallas by a couple points, right?
Yep.
It was what I think like they covered the spread because I had the Birds on the spread, so I think they lost by 4 or 5. I think I had them at
Yep.
6 on the spread. Um, so that's not bad with a backup quarterback
Well, but
playing
here's the
against
thing,
a
right? So
healthy
the
team.
backup quarterback argument, though, right? The backup quarterback put up 40 on Dallas, which means Dallas defense is ass. I don't worry about
Yep.
Dallas at all. So the backup quarterback thing, fine. Like, but he crushed it. The defense
Oh, he
giving up
did.
45 to them sucks. That I was like, oh man, I didn't like watching that. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm still all in.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. And like even Dallas, right? They scored 21 points off turnovers and
Yeah,
bad
true.
turnovers at that, right? Miles Sanders fumbles the ball, and the 2
That
interceptions
was
Gardner
brutal.
threw, they weren't his fault. They were Quez Watkins' fault for not coming back to the ball. He's
Mhm.
sitting there waiting for the ball when you have a defender jumping on you. You're
Yeah.
never going to get that ball.
Well,
It's either going to get
that's a
swatted
backup.
or picked off every time.
That's a backup QB interception. That's just them not being on the same page.
Yeah.
Also, so there's going to
He's
be a
got to throw it
misread,
a little bit
and
earlier.
exactly. But yeah, I'm down. The thing is, the homer bet. I told you before, I almost made the homer bet on Seattle when I was out there for DiceCon, because the odds
Yeah.
on the Hawks to be 500 and the odds to go to the playoffs were like, I think 140 to 1 or something, some crazy whatever it was. I didn't make the bet, and I should have. I mean, I'm sitting there going, yeah. I don't know why I didn't. It wasn't like I was scared of the money. I just forgot. And like, oh shit, I should have bet on the Hawks to go 500 now they're going to make the playoffs and be 9-8 or whatever. It's like, that would have been new car right there. Because nobody sees the Hawks making the playoffs with this bullshit team we have here. So
yeah, especially with Geno Smith at quarterback, I mean, he has not been good for ever really. And he had a good year.
him play. We watched him play as backup. He's been terrible as backup. But given the reins, man, he's stepped up. He stepped up big time. So good for him. He earned himself some money for next year for sure.
Oh, for sure. He will, and he'll get it. What did Jen said? Go Niners. The Niners will not beat the Eagles in Philly. Sorry.
No way.
Because I honestly, I think that matchup will happen, but the Niners are not coming in to Philly and beating the Eagles in Philly. And then Sideshow? Eagles fly for America, not football.
There you go.
Well, just so you know, Sideshow, you're gonna have to root for the Eagles because the Eagles are on Team DGen and Team Sideshow. All right. I have firsthand knowledge from the entire front office of the Philadelphia Eagles. They are on Team DGen.
That's awesome. And Jen, just so you know, if the Hawks make the playoffs, we're playing the Niners in round 1 and we're taking you out. I'm putting it out here right now. That is 100% happening. There's no way we lose to you all 3 times in the same year. Getting taken out in round 1 by us, and that's going to really, really suck. In Santa Clara, by the way. In Santa Clara, which is like 2 hours from San Francisco and garbage town. I said it out loud. There it is.
There you go.
I still love you, though.
Well, Sideshow, just so you know, one of my good buddies is one of your offensive linemen. All right. So I respect the Bills a hell of a lot, but I'm an Eagles fan. So I'd love to see an Eagles-Bills Super Bowl. I think that'd be great.
Yeah, me too. And yeah, I've become a Bills fan. I think Josh Allen has converted me, and I've always been kind of a KC fan. I'm an Andy Reid guy from way back, right? Because he was the Eagles coach for all those years. I love Andy Reid. I was so stoked when he won the Super Bowl. So there's always a part of me that roots for him to win.
Okay.
In my heart, I've always been a Raiders fan on the AFC side. It's always been my AFC team, but I've kind of adopted Andy, of course, and Josh Allen's awesome. How can you not root for him?
Yeah, he is.
I mean.
Yeah.
But
Josh Allen, and he's a good quarterback, and 2, he's an even better person. With all the stuff he's done throughout his career and stuff, and then even like last week, right, when the injury happened to Hamlin, in press conferences, there's clips of him like saying, like bashing on people who were bashing on T. Higgins for it being his fault. And Josh Allen came to his aid, even though his receiver or his cornerback is the one who went down. So Josh Allen's a great dude. He helps out his neighbors too. I don't know if you've seen any of those kind of stories with things that he's done like around his own community. He's just a great guy.
He's cool. I'll tell you what, when that injury happened with Hamlin, the image that's burned into my mind is Josh Allen doing this. Like that, that was pure, like, holy crap, what just happened to my friend? Like, he was like, I'll never forget that look. Like, that's the takeaway from that. Like, because injuries, they happen all the time. But when you see that, like, because they kept coming back. We talked about it yesterday. On the live feed of that game, it was like, nothing more to see here. We'll be back in 5 minutes. And every time they came back, the players looked worse and worse. Every time they came back, everybody's crying and they're on a knee. And that face that he made when he was sitting next to, was he with Burrow when he made that? I know. Anyway, I'll never forget him just like that look, like, holy shit, this is real. Like, that made it real. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy stuff. So a lot of respect for him.
But yeah, Birds winning the Super Bowl.
All right. I'm down, baby. I'm going to tell you what, when they won the last one, it was all I could do not to run around the house naked. Like I was so happy, right? And like my wife has told me you'll appreciate this. Nobody else in the chat, you guys can just go off in your own way, right? Eagles fans are a different breed of fan, right? And I'm old. I've been watching them lose in bad ways for better part of 40 something years since I can remember it, right? Every heartbreaking bullshit thing that could happen, the Eagles suffered it, right? And my wife would be like, I can't watch football with you. Like, you know, she's, I can't sit next to you because I'm like, you know, I'm wearing it the whole time. She's, I can't, when they're on here, which we don't get them but once, twice a year in Seattle, she goes to the food store. She's like, I can't watch you watch the Eagles. And that Super Bowl against the Patriots, everybody was here at the house. Like her sisters, friends were over, and I'm on the couch just like trying not to go ape shit. Like I contained it so well. I contained it so well. Then I went in the garage and just like went, rah, you know, just lost it.
Oh, you want to hear how well we
myself.
contained it?
I'm sure you didn't contain it.
Oh no, we didn't. So we, my dad's the same way you are, right? The Eagles dictate his mood for the day.
100%.
Depending on how they do. And so when they were in the Super Bowl, we had a party at my house. And I was in college at the time. I was home. I literally came home from school just to watch the Super Bowl there was like probably 30 or 40 people here. And when they finally won, right, we were all super happy. But before that, when Tom Brady dropped that ball, and all the memes of the Super Bowl going through his hands was hilarious. Yep. So when we knew they were winning, when he dropped that ball, we all jumped. Mom's china cabinet came down.
No, it didn't. You just shook it so hard it went, oh my God.
Yeah, all the glasses in there and stuff.
Oh man. That's sick. That's so sick. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, that was an all-timer. I'll never you're right, man. In Philly, people don't know this, but in Philly, the Birds lose. Used to when the Flyers lost, same thing, but the Birds lose, the whole town is in a funk till Wednesday. It takes you 2 days and everybody's pissed off. The delivery guys are slamming the beer, you know, like the person's giving you change and throwing your quarters at you. Like everybody's pissed and we all get it. It's a whole different town. It's a whole different town.
The radio is hilarious.
Oh, dude, I miss talk radio.
If you listen to the radio Monday or Tuesday, you have every football expert and their mother coming out of the woodworks like, they should have did this, they should have did this, they should have done that.
Totally.
I'm sitting here like, all right, like, yeah, they could have done that, but hindsight's 20/20. Like, they lost, but it's so funny hearing some of the hot takes people have. Like, it's, oh my gosh, I'm sitting here and I'm like, you're out of your mind. People were calling for Jalen Hurts to be benched after they lost to the Commanders. I'm sitting here like,
what?
You're 8-1.
That's Philly.
And you want to
so
bench
hot and cold. So hot and cold. In our Philly talk radio, there's no call in. It's just the hosts. So you don't get that hot take. Sometimes they'll read text on screen. That's it. Oh, there we go. Marky Marcus Papali. Dude, I remember when Vince Papali came in. That movie was great.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Story. That told his story perfectly, and what a great dude that was. But yeah, so we don't get hot takes out here. We get the announcers breaking it down like professional announcers would. You don't get that emotion on the radio. Like in Philly, after a loss, sports radio in Philly is like must-see TV. It's like get the popcorn out and listen in your car while you're driving. The best.
My favorite phone calls too are the guys who are in their cars, right? They're leaving like the stadium, or you could tell they were at the stadium because they have no voice. Yeah. And they're trying to like yell into the car speaker. They sound like they smoke 10 packs a day, and like they're going hysterical on the phone.
I know it. This is just, dude, Jody Mack, this is a Fred in the car. You're mobilizing, and Fred's like, "Oh my God!" You can't even hear him.
Exactly.
Oh, that's the best. It was the best.
It's like you're like choking over here. Like I can't even understand what you're saying.
100%,
so
dude.
Hysterical. But yeah.
100%. All right, man. Let's go. Let's get our day on. Dude, that was awesome. Thanks. I'll talk to you later, bud.
Sounds good. Thank you for having me on. Thank you, everyone in chat. Love you all.
Yeah. They're all sticking around still. All right. See y'all later. Bye.